Hello and welcome to the City of London Golden Lane Windows presentation. We're sorry we weren't able to do this live with you when we proposed to in January, but unfortunately we're unable to do so for technical reasons that were beyond our control. However, we are looking to provide you with up-to-date information on our progress so far with the Golden Lane Windows project. If you have any questions that you wish to ask us, you can use the DCCS Major Works Team email, and that's dccs-majorworksteam, all one word, at cityoflondon.gov.uk. Alternatively, there is a form that can be filled out below this video that you can use to provide or give us any questions that you want to ask. Keeping you informed. We normally keep you informed via our newsletters, and they could be bi-weekly or monthly, or via our green pages that provide to you quarterly. We will be moving our bi-weekly newsletter now to monthly. This is whilst we are not live with any projects on site, but once we are live with projects on site, we will increase the frequency to keep you all informed as possible. We will provide posters and other information available to you in our notice boards, and then also an online presence, i.e. on our City of London website, on the GLERA, where we provide our major works updates there, and our Facebook page. Alternatively, you can also provide your email details to our estate teams, and subject to permissions you provide, we can provide you with updates via our MailChimp service. So please, if you do want to keep up to date with email updates, then please provide your details to our estate team. I will now pass over to our design team, Studio Partington.
This presentation is a progress report on the Golden Lane Windows project. Since last consulting with residents in March, extensive research has been undertaken consisting of visual surveys of windows on the estate, measured surveys of the external elevations on the estate, recording of measurements and the condition of windows, drawing of indicative details and site plans, as well as site visits to the estate and to individual flats, and we're very grateful to residents for being so accommodating. The illustration to the right shows a measured survey of Basterfield House, which we have commissioned Murphy Surveys to undertake. We have also undertaken to consult with residents, planners from the local planning authority, building control, as well as stakeholders such as Historic England and the 20th Century Society. The images you see form part of a recorded visual survey. The research and consultation just described has allowed the team to develop a detailed brief, a statement of heritage significance, a strategy for approaching planning, as well as a strategy for procuring the project. What you see on the right is an extract from the Stage 2 brief, which tabulates the various window types across the estate, noting features such as its location, heritage significance, any health and safety concerns, impact on energy consumption, and the window's general condition. In spite of the challenges that have arisen in the past few months, we've been able to make steady progress on the project through extensive research and analysis of archive material, site visits to flats and interviews with residents, as well as referring to the measured surveys of the building elevations. Progress on the project has been tracked through fortnightly meetings of the project team, as well as monthly architects' reports, culminating in the Stage 2 report, which you can see in the extreme right of the slide. In the summer, a comfort survey was also distributed to residents to help us understand the demographic profile of residents, the levels of comfort experienced in their homes, how they use their heating, and its resulting impact on their energy consumption. The original brief had imagined that one of three approaches might be adopted in upgrading the windows on the estate, namely refurbishment, replacement, or secondary glazing. However, the research and surveys which we have undertaken over the past few months have shown that there are broadly four major window types, each of which will most likely require its own solution. These are the Maisonettes, comprising Basterfield, Bear, Bowater, Cuthbert Harrowing and Hatfield houses, Stanley Cohen, Cullen Welch and Crescent. It has become clear that one type of window will not fit everywhere. In fact, one solution will probably not even be appropriate across one block. Each have unique issues. For example, in the Maisonettes, the vertical sliding balcony doors present a unique challenge. In Stanley Cohen, it will be difficult to provide background ventilation through the Crittall windows. In Cullen Welch, there are some safety concerns over the floor-level windows. In Crescent House, improving the thermal performance of the windows while maintaining the original opening movement could prove challenging. It will be critical to strike the right balance between bringing the windows up to standard in terms of technical performance and safety, and preserving their heritage value. We'll now conduct a brief overview of each of the types identified previously. The Maisonettes are characterized by their aluminium-framed sliding windows. This can be clearly seen in the bedroom windows of the Maisonettes. Other notable features are the hardwood timber-framed fixed ground floor windows with sliding fan lights, as well as the original quick-thaw ironmongery, and the double-height balcony door. Stanley Cohen windows are characterized by softwood timber frames incorporating steel-framed opening lights. Primary features include fixed lights which are beaded externally, the steel-framed opening casements, original stainless steel espagnolet openers, as well as the original steel window stays. Cullen Welch windows were also made by Quick-Thaw and share many similarities with the Maisonette windows, but they are distinguished by the concrete planters and steel C-section which support each of the window's three elements. Both the middle and floor-level windows are supported on concrete planters. It's worth noting that the frames still have the original aluminium catches, and the ironmongery from Quick-Thaw. While the floor-level windows provide access to the lower-level trough planters, there are safety concerns because of its position. Crescent House is characterized by its timber curtain wall incorporating oriel windows. Some notable features include the arched fan lights on the top-level flats, the cantilevered bookcase incorporated into the frame, vertically pivoting windows, as well as horizontally pivoting windows. In providing this brief overview of the four broad categories we've identified, we hope that we've been able to demonstrate how the variety of window types across the estate precludes the possibility of applying a one-size-fits-all solution. As stated earlier, a statement of heritage significance has been developed. While we appreciate that the whole estate is Grade 2 listed, and Crescent is listed even higher at 2-star, it is still possible to distinguish between the differing degrees to which a particular window type contributes to the heritage value of the estate. As an example, in taking a Maisonette, One could argue that the aluminium-framed balcony door, representing a unique feature of the estate, is of greater heritage value than, say, the timber-framed kitchen window, with its more utilitarian design. These distinctions will inform the approaches taken to upgrading the windows. However, we would like to assure residents that ultimately all windows on the estate are listed, and as such, appropriate care and attention will be given to all of them. It's also probably worth mentioning, with such colourful images on screen, that the project gives us an opportunity to rationalise the colour of windows across the estate. It's clear to see from the photos how inconsistently it has been dealt with in the past. While working on the community centre, we were able to source some archive photos of Golden Lane from the estate of Geoffrey Powell, and we will be looking to get access to more as the project progresses. All of which has led us to favour a new approach to the project. We would propose to break the project down in terms of the four broad groups mentioned previously, namely the maisonettes, which would include Basterfield, Bear, Bowater, Cuthbert Harrowing and Hatfield houses, Stanley Cohen, Cullen Welch, and Crescent. It's also probably worth mentioning that the scope of the project also involves upgrading the bathroom and kitchen windows of Great Arthur House. This site plan identifies the four types and where they sit on the estate. It sets the template for how we would propose to proceed with both planning and eventually procurement. Just to give an insight to the amount of work that has been undertaken in the background, which has allowed us to reach this point, we have managed to develop a Stage 2 brief, a total of 73 drawings at the end of Stage 2 covering site analysis, indicative plan, jam and section details of the maisonettes, Crescent, Great Arthur, Cullen Welch and Stanley Cohen houses, window type audits for the maisonettes, Crescent, Cullen Welch, Stanley Cohen and Great Arthur houses, as well as detailed window studies of each of the four window types identified, as illustrated to the right. When we spoke to residents in March, it was projected that Stage 2 would be completed in 5 months. The programme has had to shift somewhat in light of circumstances, and Stage 2 was completed at the end of October. While certain aspects have proved challenging, we're pleased to report that we've also managed to progress well beyond Stage 2 in others. In the coming months leading up to spring 2021, we will look to flesh out the brief in greater detail, commence statutory consultations with the planners as well as stakeholders such as Historic England and the 20th Century Society. We will also be devising the necessary technical solutions to enable us to submit planning applications. We're aware that residents have raised queries covering topics such as cost, any proposal's contribution towards the city's net zero commitment, ventilation, whether double glazing will be installed in each flat, when the works will take place, which blocks will have their windows replaced first. We wanted to end on this slide in order to assure residents that these concerns have been noted and will be considered. As work progresses through stages 3 and 4, the answers to these queries will start to emerge and the project team will share them with you as we reach each milestone.
Thank you for viewing the presentation. The next stage is very important in providing us all with the biggest questions such as cost and when we'll be working on site. We hope to see you very soon, and if you have any questions, please don't forget you can either complete the online form below the video or email us at dccs-majorworksteam@cityoflondon.gov.uk.